This is 20 questions. Many thanks, wonderful members of the audience. Many thanks, wonderful members of the 20 questions community. As you very well know, 20 questions is a Parlour game. It's on TV, it's on radio, and it's online. On it, you have the panel. Sometimes there are threesome, sometimes there are more, sometimes there are less. But all they do within the window, within the confines of 20 questions, is to arrive at a given object supplied by the mystery voice and known beforehand only to members of the audience and the chair, my humble self. My name is Michael Bush. I'm joined as mystery voice by Mfon Ekaiba. Please put your hands together for us. Immediately, without any further ado, I will just turn quickly and introduce the panel. They're led by I.D. James. I.D. James has become a recurring decimal on the show. That's why we all call him, rather too respectfully, the hit man. And his hit man for good is doing pretty well. He's here flanked by the leader of the 20 questions community. That's because by his age and experience and exposure and even his calling in the temple of God, you know, he continues to lead all of us with his humility. Senior lecturer at the Akwa Ibom State University, great man of God, Esen Ukpe, PhD. The third member of the panel is an old boy of Bush House, Nigeria, a thespian of the first order, and someone I continue to love his altruism. He's very altruistic. He's always going out of his way to help people. Stephen Godwin. So I'm quite excited. The stage is set. I'd like to say thank you to members of the technical team led by Console T, who is the one who runs around to make sure everything works. Of course, always assisted by the supervisor of technicals, Tisong Essien, and his cameraman, and of course Ansa, who is in charge of audio. Nigel Tisong is also there. Godwin James also there. We cannot forget the director of programs. There's the supervisor of ideas and administration is in charge of programs at Bush House, Nigeria, who are independent producers of this program. That's Udeme Mboso. The stage is set. If you are set, I am. Mystery Voice, object number 1.
Ladies and Niger, State of Nigeria. Ladies and Niger, State of Nigeria.
Panelists, vegetable mineral with strong human connection. Welcome to the show, panelists.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Nice to see you again, I.D. James.
Is it a place?
Yes, it is!
Mr. Chairman, will it still be in Europe?
Whether the place is in Europe, you left all of Africa and sauntered off. No, it's not.
Mr. Chairman.
Nice to see you again, brother.
So nice to see you. Mr. Chairman, this place is in an African place.
Is this an African place? Yes, it is! 3 questions.
Mr. Chairman, Vatican City is about the smallest in terms of population. Is this place back because of its population?
You know, Vatican City is not the smallest country in the world in terms of population. There is a smaller country, but Vatican is in terms of the land area, the landmass. Yes.
So, Mr. Chairman,
yes.
Is it population that also attracted this object on this program?
That's an excellent question. No. 4 questions.
Mr. Chairman, is this place a country in Africa?
Is this place a country?
In Africa.
Okay, 5 questions now.
African country.
Mr. Chairman, is this place in Nigeria?
Nigerian place! 6 questions, panelists.
Is your place South-South related?
Aha, that's where you're going to have a problem. 7 questions. We go to the Southeast. 7 questions. The program is 20 questions.
Mr. Chairman, is it a state in Nigeria?
Is it a state? Or 2, right? 8 questions now. It's not a state in Nigeria.
Mr. Chairman, is it a city in Nigeria?
It's not, I'm afraid. 9 questions, panelists.
Mr. Chairman, is this place a village?
Aha. An urban village, right? I'm afraid no. 10 questions. 10 questions. The program is 20 questions. Bush House Nigeria production, early days yet, but we just would quickly love to take the time and say thank you time and time again to our sole sponsor, somebody who single-handed is keeping this program on the air. And that is the Accountant General of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Uwem Sunday Andresian. Yes, panelists.
Mr. Chairman, is this place tourism related?
Yeah, but they're not here because of tourism. 11 questions.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Is this place currently in the news?
How would I know? One of these places is permanently in the news, the other perhaps in Old Testament news. 12 questions. And if you think about a new wife, you would also understand that.
Mr. Chairman. Is this place a village or a place where a former head of state of Nigeria comes from?
Is this place where a former head of state of Nigeria comes from? It's tricky. I want to say yes, and as a matter of fact, if I was marking, I'll give you 80%, but I won't give you 20. I won't give you 100. So there's still care leg with the way you ask that question. 13 questions, panelists.
Mr. Chairman, are you looking for someone's home?
Someone's home. Certainly it is. Certainly, 14 questions. But you can't take a round of applause. Because no matter what, it's someone's home, no matter how bad. I'd like to again and again and again thank members of the audience. You are all award-winning members of the audience because, I mean, your patience is incredible. You've sat all through from start to finish. Can you please put your hands together for yourself?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Is this place located in the northeastern part of Nigeria?
In the northeastern part of Nigeria. 15 questions now.
Mr. Chairman, is this place one word?
I'm afraid no. 16 questions. This place is not located in any particular region of this country. 16 questions. That's the father of all leads. This place is not one place. What other lead can I give you? This place, actually there are two places. They are here because one is the smallest state in Nigeria. The other is the largest. It's the biggest state in Nigeria in terms of something. Is it population or the landmass?
Mr. Chairman, let's establish something.
Yes.
Are you looking for names of two states?
Yes, I am! 17 questions. As a matter of fact, the concluding part of this object is states of Nigeria. So that in case somebody is watching 20 questions abroad, he will understand that these are states in Nigeria. What better way to help tourism? What better way to help the geography?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes. One of the states is in the southern part of the country. The other is in the north. So that's why I say
Mr.
you
Chairman,
need to go through the geopolitical zones.
Yes, one of the states is where?
Yeah?
Mr. Chairman, you were giving us a lead.
Yes, but you're not listening to me as usual. You know, so I can't repeat myself. I'm the chairman, remember?
But you said God is God of many chances.
Am I God? Of course I'm not God. 17 questions. You know, in Nigeria, especially in Akwa Ibom, when they want to blackmail you, they use God. And you just fall head down.
Mr. Chairman,
yes, 17 questions.
The father of leads. Please.
The father of leads I've already given you. That one is in the north central part of Nigeria. The other is 17 questions.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Is Ekiti one of the states?
Aha! We all thought so. Everyone thought so. 18 questions, I'm afraid no. That Ekiti part is not true, but I can tell you that that other state is in the southwestern part of the country, just like Ekiti. 18 questions, panelists. There can never be any better chairman, even if I say so myself.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Are you looking for He said one is in the north.
I thought
so
I thought I saw his mouth language.
Yeah.
But courage failed him. And he went back. Let me tell you, it's very funny. One of the states,
okay, no.
one of the states, one of the two names, if we're not using it as a state, is actually the largest in Nigeria. Boom. Man.
No, Mr. Chairman, we know that Kano State.
Kano is not in the north central part of this country. So Kano is out of it. You know, some states just flaunt their mightiness. You know, and then they're not big. There are states which are not making noise, which are big. And by the way, we're looking for this in terms of landmass. We're not looking for it in terms of human population.
It's a city and
Yes.
a state.
I'm wondering.
I'm thinking aloud.
Continue to think aloud.
Lagos should be one.
ID James lost.
Mr. Chairman, please just give us
Is he looking PhD?
a recap of your leads.
I can't use the word lost because of a threat. You know, but I'm not sure for Sunday Stephen got with him. Lost completely. 18 questions. Yes, I should do what?
A recap of your leads.
Yeah, I was just going to say, in terms of landmass, this state is the smallest in Nigeria, and for me, that is information. You know, in terms of landmass again, the other state, he got that state really when he said, "Oh, a former president," and a former president comes from there. Okay, yeah, you know.
Mr. Chairman.
Could be, yes. 18 questions. Didn't allow me land, but I'm sure they've got enough. Fire on, brother.
Okay, land.
Yes, I've landed.
Mr. Chairman, the last
are
lead.
you looking for Niger Delta?
Niger Delta is a state? No, I'm not. 19 questions.
No, Mr. Chairman, I think we should not count that.
I counted. 19 questions. I'm looking for one state in the southwest, and then Niger, and then become states of Nigeria. That's what I'm looking for. So just give me the first state. That's what you don't have. 19 questions.
Mr. Chairman, please give us the first letter of the name.
The first letter.
We will soon lose because
You know, when we breastfeed adults, I've told them before, it's dangerous to their health. They never hear. The first letter is found among M, N, O. You may go to the east, you may go to the west. I've tried, right?
Ocean. It should be Ocean.
That is it. That is it.
Is it?
Bring it.
Mr. Chairman, you said this state is small in terms of population.
No, not in terms of population.
In terms of
landmass.
landmass.
Yes.
Okay. And it's very close to a very large city.
Ah.
A very large place.
Who said so?
Okay. Mr. Chairman, are you looking for
Yes.
Ogun,
You were
Ogun, Niger State of Nigeria?
Ogun and Niger states of Nigeria. ID James, are you part of this conspiracy to fail? Please let me ask the question again. ID James, because you are the leader of this team, because they call you Hitman, are you part of this conspiracy to fail?
Mr. Chairman, I stay with him.
Ah, they lost. 20 questions. We've been looking for Lagos and Niger states of Nigeria.
The Lagos is the smallest
state. Nobody will believe that the Lagos is actually the smallest state in Nigeria in terms of landmass, and it's 22 times less than Niger. That's the largest state in Nigeria. The Lagos is big when you look at the city, the largest city in Nigeria. Okay, they lost that, shamefully so. But we're just going to pause a little and give out 2 or 3 awards. Please stay tuned.
Bush House Nigeria honors
the Bushest Fan 2020.
Anthony Gregory.
Okay, they will both hand over the award, but let me just say what his money would be. We have decided his salary. I'm not going to mention his salary, but his salary at where he's working. Bush House Nigeria will pay him that same salary every month of 2020. Invite Mr. David Augustine, a lawyer and a journalist, to please come and announce the 20 Questions Fan of the Year, and then also present this award.
Bush House Nigeria honors 20 Question Fan of the Year. Please
Nemesis Inyang.
This one has attended every edition of our recordings, all. And you know, she has a story. The story is that when we planned to start Bush House Nigeria in 2017, she was one of the staffers that was employed. But something just happened and she was dropped. She was dropped at the point of starting work. But she has neither remembered that, has been very consistent. In fact, if she wants a job, if she still wants a job, I'm hereby declaring her a staffer of Bush House Nigeria. And finally, every year we also do this. I just believe that the best way to get people, to motivate people to do well, is to reward them. This year, that particular person got somebody from the same Bush House Nigeria to propose to her. So today, Bush House Nigeria is also going to propose to her as the Bush House Nigeria Staffer of the Year. I'm going to invite the man who represents me, the permanent admin, Mr. I.B. Larry, to come and present this award.
Bush House Nigeria honors Staffers of the Year 2020, Miss Mabon Attack.
Omajas, come and join this photograph. Obajas, all this action you're doing like this. Go and see your parents. So. Okay, ma'am, well done. Congratulations. Obajas, see, is that how they live white? Mystery Boys, object number 2. Mystery Boys.
Elder Effiong Isen. Elder Effiong Isen.
Finalist, Easy Cake, animal.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Is your animal human?
Human.
Chairman, is the human male?
Male.
Mr. Chairman, is this male human alive?
Alive. 3 questions.
A Nigerian?
A Nigerian. 4 questions.
Akwa Ibom State?
Akwa Ibom, 5 questions.
The way these people are clapping. Mr. Chairman, is the person in this hall?
You never know tomorrow. 6 questions.
Mr. Chairman, is that no or yes?
It's no, clearly. But tomorrow he will be here.
Mr.
6
Chairman,
questions.
is
Yes.
this person a politician?
No, it's not. 7 questions. If you were a politician, he wouldn't be on the show. 7 questions.
Mr. Chairman, has this person any relationship with 20 questions?
20 questions. Yeah, yes, maternally. But that's where it begins and ends. 8 questions.
Maternally.
Mr. Chairman, is this person one of the sons of faith?
One of the sons of faith. Well, 9 questions. Yes, he is, but no. He's an elder of faith.
Mr. Chairman, let's go to
9 questions.
religion.
Religion. Why?
Let me ask the question.
9 questions.
Is this man a clergy?
Are elders clergy? Say clergy because it's an elder? 10 questions now. You know, before now, when people in government, when people in the church, when people in higher positions of authority would issue statements against members of the public, it will be with tremendous tact, with tremendous humility, with tremendous respect. Now you don't even know whether it's government writing or opposition writing. Sometimes the statements are full of insults, are inundated with insults. But this man is just different. He issued one statement, and it's a statement everyone should read. He should become a model. The man, you should read what he wrote if you are writing for government or if you are writing for a group of people.
Mr.
Yes.
Chairman.
10 questions.
Is this man a retired permanent secretary?
You have to be permanent secretary first. You have to be a director first before you even become permanent secretary. You serve for a while before you can become retired. I'm afraid no. 11 questions.
Mr. Chairman, is the person therefore in the civil service?
Well, the person.
No, Mr. Chairman, let's rephrase it like this.
Okay.
Is this person in government as we speak? In the present government?
If you're a civil servant, are you in government?
Yes, you are.
Oh. So, 12 questions that he asked. Yes, he's a civil servant. He's in the civil service. Yes, he's in government. Put your hands together to power 2.
Akandanjara is a pastor. He said he's not a clergy.
13 questions, panelists.
Mr. Chairman, can we establish the local government area which this man
Fantastic.
comes
I'm here. I'm ready.
from? Just go there.
That civil servant should really be a fantastic civil servant for you to know his local government area. You have somebody in the civil service?
Mr. Chairman,
yes.
We were thinking that you might be looking for the Accountant General, but we know that he's a pastor and you said he is not the person we are talking about.
Well, I could be looking for him, because I even told you, I could be looking for him, but I'm not looking for him as that. I'm looking for him as a civil servant. So he can't be a civil servant and then pastor. Do you understand? Pastor is a title. So go on with what you were thinking. 13 questions.
So, Mr. Chairman, are you looking for the Accountant General of Kwai Ibom?
And it's a civil servant, right?
Yes.
13 questions. 14 now, no.
Mr. Chairman,
let's look at, is this person heading
an agency of
a
government?
government parastatal?
I want to say yes, but it's a no. 15 questions.
Mr. Chairman, you said something about the man writing.
Yes.
So can we say he's a journalist?
No, it's not. It's not only journalists who write. In fact, some journalists write nonsense, you know. They write, yes, truly. Just as there are some policemen who will not do the job well and all that. You also have some journalists who write so well. You know, you also have some people in government who write so well. We celebrate those ones. We celebrate the policemen who do their job well, who write well. We celebrate broadcasters, journalists who write well. Celebrate everyone who does well. And this is what this is about. Let's focus on that. 16 questions.
So, Chairman, is this man currently in the news?
Yes, 17 questions. Against all odds, he got into the news, he's still there. 17 questions.
Against all odds.
Against all odds. We didn't see this coming. He got into the news, he's still there. 17 questions. And for all the right reasons.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes. And he's doing his work well.
This man, you said he's a civil servant.
Yes, he is.
Mr. Chairman, has he organized an event recently?
Yes, he organizes many events. 17 questions. Who do you have in mind?
Okay, let me go back to the
local
government area.
Yes.
Is this man from Okanafo?
You never know tomorrow, but right now, no. 18 questions. 18 questions. The man comes from Accra Road End. Aha. 18 questions. He comes from Accra Road End.
Mr. Chairman, are you looking for Mr. Effiong Essien?
Mr. Effiong Essien, no. 19 questions. Who is that, by the way?
Head of Civil Service.
The head of the Civil Service of Akwa Ibom State. I'm looking for him, really. But what is the right nomenclature? How do they call him?
Elder Effiong Essien.
Elder Effiong Essien. Yes. I don't want us to gloss over this fact. He's on the program because recently those who used to be civil servants took to the streets to do a peaceful demonstration. In times past, what we would have seen would have been a statement, abusing, insulting, and all of that. He just came out to say, I want to thank you for your peaceful demonstration, and then went on to address them. Please put your hands together again for the head of the civil service of Akwa Ibom State, Elder Effiong Essien. That's how to do the job. Mr. Voice, the last object on this edition of the show.
Public cynicism. Public cynicism.
Panelists, abstract, bad news.
A noun, Mr. Chairman?
A noun.
One word.
Not one word.
Mr. Chairman, 2 words.
2 words. 3 questions.
A virtue.
Not virtue. 4 questions.
Mr. Chairman, this is your vice. Is it a trending issue?
It's not trending, but it's been there. It's a chronic vice, especially when it has to do with government-people relations. 5 questions.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
What you're looking for, is it a bad PR?
In some sense, yes. 6 questions, panelists.
Mr. Chairman, is this vice currently playing out?
Is this
vice?
No, he said
yes, it's been there.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, let's look at insults.
Yes, 7 questions.
People insulting their leaders.
Yes, it's there. It has something to do with how the people eye those in government.
Mr. Chairman, how corruption related is this?
It's corruption, but not the one that has to do with money. 8 questions. I've told you it's just the small, cat and mouse relationship that exists between the government on the one hand and the people. See, the government exists for the people. But why do the people permanently, suspect government? That is what this is about. 8 questions. I'm saying on 20 questions that government should work to address that. Once you address that, everything is fine.
Mr. Chairman, is distrust one of the words?
It is buried in it. It's embedded. 9 questions, no.
But is one of the words a synonym of distrust?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Please put your hands together for me. 10 questions.
Mr. Chairman, is public the first word?
Yes, it is. 11 questions. Public is the first word, yes.
Is misconception the second?
Misconception.
Mr. Chairman.
Close, no. 12 questions.
How about public enlightenment?
Enlightenment is not a bad word. 13 questions, no. We're looking for a bad
Mr. Chairman, is that word criticism?
Criticism, no. 14 questions. What is the other C word that you know?
Public crisis.
Public crisis, 15 questions, no. The fact that the way the people see government, even when government means well, even when government puts a foot right, for instance, government gives you boom air, you start to question.
Complain.
Complain, no. 16 questions. Then you're close. 16 questions. Somebody who never sees good, permanently mistrusting, so to speak.
Mr. Chairman, I talked about criticism. You said no.
No.
Oh, we mentioned it.
Apart from criticism,
Is it critique?
Public critique, 17 questions, no. Public word again. This one is not a human being, it's a doing word. Public something.
And it's a vice.
Yes, vice. It's a solid vice. What other C word do you know? Construction? Yes, you can construct something. I'd like to thank everyone. I'd like to thank the panelists. That is Ivy James, Esenukwe PhD, and Stephen Gatwin. And indeed, everyone, the dream team of Bush House Nigeria, headed by Consulting Integrity Lighting, thank you also. You do so well. Answer, the supervisor of technical matters, that is Song Essien, the cameraman, everyone, members of the audience, my friends in the audience, my fans in the audience, members of the 20 Questions community.
Mr. Chairman, is it public conceptualization?
Ah, too big for me. 18 questions.
Public condemnation.
Public condemnation. Okay, 19 questions.
Really?
I'm looking for somebody who never sees anything good. Well, who is that person? You do good for that person, it starts to question the motive or the other things which are not there. What is that? 20 questions. That's something that governments across all levels, whether in Nigeria, in Africa, in the world, they need to tackle. Just get people to trust you. Gentlemen, we've been looking for public.
Condemn?
No.
Okay. 20 questions. We'll be looking for public cynicism. And on that note, on behalf of Mystery Boys, Fode Kaiba, this is Michael Bush, the chair, saying goodbye!